The news about Jungkook again shocked the social media universe and the K-pop fan community. This time it's not about his achievements, music, or performance that always steal the spotlight, but a much more sensitive issue that invites a lot of speculation. Jungkook is rumored to be sick. Within hours, the words sick and Jungkook's name were trending, sparking a wave of concern from the army, as well as cynical comments from some of the so-called haters. However, behind the frenzy, the facts that emerged slowly made many parties silent and rethink. This issue stems from the emergence of Jungkook, who is considered different from usual. Some video footage and photos circulating show him looking thinner. His face looks pale at certain moments, and his public activities are not as dense as the previous period. In the digital age, the slightest change in a public figure as big as Jungkook instantly becomes the subject of mass analysis. The cut of the image is slowed down, the facial expressions are enlarged, and the gestures are interpreted with various assumptions. This is where the sick rumors grow from, getting wilder as the uploads and comments grow. Some netizens immediately drew conclusions without a strong basis. Some called Jungkook extreme fatigue, others speculated about a serious health condition. Haters take advantage of this situation to spread negative narratives, as if the issue is proof that the lifestyle of a global idol is unsustainable. However, on the other hand, many ARMY actually chose a calmer approach. They remind that Jungkook is an ordinary human being who has the right to look tired or take a break without having to be labeled seriously ill. The first fact that later emerged and was quite reassuring was that there was no official statement from the agency or Jungkook himself confirming the news of the illness. In the Korean entertainment industry, idol health issues are usually handled fairly transparently, especially when it comes to affecting schedules or professional activities. When an artist is really experiencing health problems, the agency usually immediately issues a clarification to avoid misunderstandings. Until now, there have been no such announcements regarding Jungkook, which is a strong indication that the rumors stem more from public assumptions. Another fact that is often overlooked by the spread of rumors is the density of Jungkook's career in recent years. Recording activities, project preparation, intensive training, to cross-country trips certainly have a real physical impact. The condition of looking tired or calmer than usual is not unusual for an artist who has worked nonstop. Many industry observers see the change as more plausible if it is associated with a career transition phase and the need to maintain balance, rather than as a sign of a serious illness. In addition, several unnamed close sources said that Jungkook is focusing more on self-management. He is reportedly more selective in choosing public activities and more disciplined in maintaining the rhythm of work. In the modern entertainment world, awareness of mental and physical health is increasing. Reducing exposure or appearing calmer is often a conscious decision, not the result of an emergency. This fact slowly undermines the negative narrative that was built by certain parties. Interestingly, Jungkook's own attitude is one of the most highlighted things. Instead of responding to rumors with indignation or lengthy clarifications, he nevertheless showed professionalism. In his limited public appearances and interactions, Jungkook still exudes an aura of focus and dedication. The smile that appears, although not always as wide as before, is enough to affirm that he is not in a worrying condition as heralded. For many fans, it is precisely this calmness that is the most powerful answer. The Army's reaction also played an important role in dampening the issue. Instead of striking back with emotion, many of them chose to spread a rational and empathetic message. They stressed the importance of respecting Jungkook's privacy and cautioned that not everything should be consumed as drama. The campaign of support that emerged on social media further highlighted the hope that Jungkook would always be healthy and happy, rather than simply refuting rumors. This approach makes negative narratives lose their resonance. On the other hand, haters who had been vocal slowly began to fall silent. When there is no concrete evidence supporting their claims, sharp comments begin to disappear from the timeline. The fact that Jungkook continued to carry out his activities without significant obstacles became the most obvious refutation. In this fast-paced world, the truth often doesn't need to be announced out loud. It just needs to be demonstrated through consistency and reality. This issue ultimately becomes a reflection of how the public treats famous figures. Jungkook, with all his achievements, is still a human being who can look tired, change, and grow. Associating any change with the issue of serious pain precisely shows how easily empathy is displaced by sensations. However, this incident also shows the positive side of an increasingly mature fan community in responding to rumors. The news that Jungkook is rumored to be sick may pass, replaced by other topics that are no less crowded. However, the lessons of these events remain relevant. Emerging facts, calm responses, and rational support have proven capable of silencing negative narratives. In the end, Jungkook not only left haters speechless because of clarification or refutation, but because of a simple reality. Not all rumors are worth believing, and not all silence means weakness. That Jungkook's chosen silence in the face of this issue actually shows a maturity that many people rarely realize. In the midst of pressure as a global figure, he was not provoked to defend himself excessively. This attitude seems to be an indirect message that he believes in time and facts. In an entertainment industry that often demands instant clarification, the choice to stay focused on work and everyday life is a bold move. This is what sets Jungkook apart from other popular idols. He understands when to speak up and when to let reality do the talking. That if traced deeper, rumors about Jungkook's health condition also cannot be separated from public expectations that are too high. For many years, he was known as an energetic figure, always performing at his maximum, and almost without gaps in the eyes of the audience. When one moment shows its more human side, whether it's a tired face, a flat expression, or a looser schedule, some people immediately take it as a sign of danger. In fact, change is natural for anyone, especially for someone who has spent most of his life under the spotlight of the camera. Some Korean entertainment analysts even regard this issue as a classic example of how big figures are often punished for not always performing perfectly. Jungkook was given no room to be ordinary. When he looks strong, he is adored. When it looks calmer, it is questioned. This paradox shows the dark side of fame, where personal balance is often mistaken for decline. It was in this context that rumors of illness became more reflective of public anxiety than Jungkook's real condition. Another interesting fact that makes the negative narrative even weaker is the consistency of Jungkook's quality in each work and appearance. Although not always present in every spotlight, his performance remains stable, his voice remains strong, and his charisma does not fade. This is the most objective indicator for assessing the condition of a performer. If there really are serious health problems, of course, the impact will be clearly seen in the quality of work. But the opposite is true. Jungkook still shows the high standards that have always been his trademark. For the ARMY, this issue also triggers reflection. Many fans have become more vocal about the importance of distinguishing concern from speculation. Loving an idol does not mean having to know every detail of his life, much less interpret small changes as something extreme. True support, according to them, is to give space, trust, and time.